Hello guys, welcome back to another video of mine. This is your review of Chelsea 1, Wolves 1 in the Premier League yesterday, and what a frustrating, disappointing game that was. We blew our chance to make up ground on Arsenal and Man United before they played. We missed an opportunity to go above Tottenham in third, because if we had won the first of our two games in hand, we could have been 2 points behind. We do this all the time. Every time we make things hard for ourselves, we always do things the hard way. We never... I'm really disappointed. I'm still frustrated. I know the game was yesterday, but it's still really frustrating because it was a great chance. And we, one, didn't turn up to play, and two, didn't get the result. So I'm still very disappointed. There will be a lot of frustration and a little bit of anger in this video, so just be wary. But yeah, I could understand if we played well and we just weren't getting the rub of the green, and a draw was like, we tried and we gave everything and had chance after chance to actually win the game. We didn't. We really didn't. It was a poor performance. We were poor today. And we were lucky that Hazard dug us out of yet another hole with a brilliant finish, to even give us a point, because it was looking a lot worse. It looked as if we were going to lose. So that's the only positive from the game yesterday, was the fact that we got a point in the last minute. It shows how poor we were. Wolves came and did absolutely nothing. Nothing. Came back, put everyone behind the ball for 90 minutes of that game. The only time they didn't was 5 minutes of that game, when they scored and had a little bit of the ball. Other than that, they did nothing. But, that was their game plan. It's what they came to do, and they executed it. Fair play to them. But we didn't threaten them at all. It's the same story with us every single time. When teams come to us and say, right, we're going to put 2 banks of 4, try and break us down, that's when we struggle. Sorry if the lighting's really bad as well. I'm just only noticing how poor the lighting is. Hopefully, hopefully you can kind of still see me and we can get on with the video. But I want to apologise for that. I should have done it before I started. But, Wolves, whenever team, not just Wolves, any team that plays against us, has played and is yet to play against us, we'll put 2 banks of 4 in front of you, try and break us down, and we struggle. Every time. Leicester did it, we didn't score. Wolves did it yesterday, we were lucky to get a point. Bournemouth did it and they picked us off on the counter-attack. And that's just to name a few. I could go on all season. We're obviously looking at Southampton at home. I'll try and pick out another few examples. Everton at home. This is what I mean. We need to have a plan B. But again, you might as well talk to the wall. Not going to happen. It's so frustrating, because does Sarri not know and not learn that when teams come and sit back against us, we can't break them down because we have zero creativity in that team? I'm going to run you midfield player. Midfield is where the ball will... The majority of the play will be in the midfield when a team has come to sit back and defend against you. So we've established that. But who do we have in midfield? Jorginho, Kante and Kovacic played yesterday. Is Kovacic creative? No. He was useless yesterday. Kante is not a creative midfielder. He is a midfielder that will win the ball back and intercept and tackle. He's that kind of midfielder. So he's not creative. Jorginho is our most creative midfielder, but all he does is pass sideways and backwards, and the odd chip over the top every now and then. We have no creativity in the midfield. None whatsoever. That's why we struggle to break teams down, and that's why it's constantly sideways, backwards, sideways, backwards. It's a cycle. It's like every week there's Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Every week at the same days. That's like Chelsea. Every week we play, it's the same pattern of dominate possession, go sideways and backwards, and show absolutely no interest in, moving the ball forward and getting into attacking play, attacking areas. it's becoming frustrating, and I've said this so many times this season. It's getting boring. It was so predictable what was going to happen yesterday. I thought we might edge it because I thought Wolves would be a little bit more attack minded, but they weren't. So that's why I thought we'd edge it, but I was still expecting us to struggle to break them down. That's why I only said 2-1 and we'd nick it, but we didn't. It's so frustrating, and the performances were just poor. I'm not going to do a player ratings this video. I'm just going to reel through the players and just, say how they played. Kepa had nothing to do. Nothing. I felt sorry for him. The only thing he had to do in that game was pick the ball out of the back of the net. Other than that, he was a spectator of that game because Wolves offered, as I said, nothing. Azpilicueta was poor. In my opinion, I thought he was poor. Every time he got into advanced position, all he did was... This is another problem I have, right? I'm going to mention this with a few players. Every time we get the ball and a player is one-on-one with the opposition or a defender, never do we try and take on. Only one player ever tries to do this, and that's Hudson-Odoi. But everyone else in that position just stops, doesn't know what to do, and panics and plays it sideways or backwards. Why can't anyone in this team, when they're one-on-one with a defender, go at him, attack him? What's the worst that can happen? You get tackled, okay, at least you tried. I'd rather players who are inventive and want to get forward and attack rather than just go for the safe option every time. You're never going to score if you don't take risks. Azpilicueta was doing that yesterday. He was poor. Rudiger and Luiz, they had a little bit of both. At times they look really solid, and at times they look septic. They look like knife through butter, cut through so easily, especially with the Wolves goal. Emerson was absolutely useless yesterday. Everything he did was wrong. He picked the wrong passes, he picked the wrong runs, wrong movement. Everything was wrong yesterday. He was potentially, if not our worst player yesterday. Moving into midfield, Jorginho was okay at best. He didn't really do... He gave the ball away a few times. Yeah, he was okay. I'll give him... He was okay. Kante was poor for his standards yesterday. He was still probably one of our better players, but for his standards, he was poor. Kovacic was absolutely useless. He's on par with Emerson for possibly our worst player yesterday. Offered absolutely nothing. Looked scared every time he got the ball, and just I said before him and Barkley, but Kovacic yesterday looked lost. Terrible. Pedro was poor. Didn't really do much, didn't get at defenders. Anytime he had a chance on goal, he just fluffed his lines. Poor yesterday. Higuain, again, poor. I can see he's trying, I'll give him that. He is trying his hardest to get into good positions and try and get, and trying to attack the ball, but he just didn't get any luck yesterday and was poor. Hazard, fantastic goal, first of all, dug us out of yet another hole. But before that, he didn't really do much. He wasn't really an influence on the game. Bit like everyone else that had the ball, just went sideways and backwards. And for someone like Hazard, who's known for his dribbling and his ability to glide past players, he didn't do much of it. But overall, he was poor, but it was a great goal he scored, and a very important goal, because we could be talking about a loss if it wasn't for that goal. So, but overall, I thought he was poor. Everyone was just poor. Loftus-Cheek, Hudson-Odoi and Willian came on, and when they came on, we actually looked better in terms of we looked to get forward more. We looked a bit more inventive. Hudson-Odoi was the only player, or is the only player in this team that actually takes people on. Loftus-Cheek was powerful, moving forward with the ball. Willian was alright. It was just poor all round. No one really stood out apart from the goal. It was terrible. It was a wasted opportunity, and that's why I'm still frustrated today. You think a day later I calm down. Still such a poor performance, and a real missed opportunity. And with Arsenal beating Man United yesterday, it's still tight. It's still not over, but we really missed the boat with that one. So I'm a little bit frustrated, but there's nothing we can do now. The game's finished. We'll have to move on. With Dinamo Kiev in the second leg on Thursday, we should be through that one. If we don't get through that game, then, serious questions will be asked. Then we have Everton away on Sunday, which is a difficult game, and we need to win after what happened yesterday. But, as I said, it could be worse. We could have been talking about a loss, but it's a draw. We still have a lot to play for. We're still Excuse me. We're still only, I think we're only 3 points behind Arsenal with a game in hand, so it's not all over. But we need to start winning games. We need to start winning games that we should be winning. We should have won yesterday. On paper, we should be beating Wolves. And we need to start winning games in the league. We need to beat Everton on Sunday. And we have 2 away games. We have 3 away games in a row. We have Dinamo Kiev on Thursday, and then 2 away league games against Everton and Cardiff. So we really need to start picking up wins, especially in the league. But that's all I have to say for this video. If you did enjoy it, please drop it a like, subscribe if you're new around here or you enjoy the content. I'll see you for the preview for the Dinamo Kiev game on Wednesday. I'll be in the UK. I'm going over for 2 weeks tomorrow, so you'll have a new setting for the video on Wednesday. As I said, it will be the preview for the second leg against Dinamo Kiev. So I'll see you guys for that, and take care.